Ho, 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 everyone. It's Cheryl from My Well-Rounded Life. Thanks for joining me today. I am sitting here, not going anywhere today, just doing stuff around the house. I've got my second cup of coffee going on here. I finished my breakfast a little while ago, and I noticed last night that my friend Beck from Becks Corner tagged me in the HoHoHo Tag. So I thought I would bring that to you today. I am going to put the link to her page in the description box down below. And I am tagging one person, and that is Carrie from Weight Watchers with Carrie. The link to her channel will also be in the description box below, so please do me a favor, and if you don't already subscribe to these two lovely women, please check out their channels, see what they're all about, and subscribe. They would appreciate it, and I would appreciate it. All right, now this tag has 10 questions. So let's get going. Now that I am on, doing a video here, Gracie has decided to stop napping and get up and play. So if you hear any jingling or running around or balls flying, that's gonna be her. She loves to play by herself all the time. All right, let's see. Forgive me if I look down because I've got questions, All right, HoHoHo Tag. Number 1, what is your Christmas morning routine? My Christmas morning routine just happens to be my favorite part of Christmas Day. My mother spends Christmas Eve. My daughter always has off, and right now I'm living with my daughter, so my mother comes over. And even when, in the past, my mother would always come over for Christmas Eve, or when she lived in Virginia, she would come for a few weeks and stay. So she's always with me for Christmas. And my mother is an early riser, and we have dogs, so I can get up kind of early too. We like to get started. I'll have to go to Chrissy's room and shake her awake, and the dogs will jump all over her. Come on, it's Christmas, let's go. And we make coffee, and we sit down, we turn the tree on, we turn the TV on, because on, I think it's TBS, maybe, the movie The Christmas Story comes on, and it plays continually, a marathon all day. I hope it's still doing that this year. It should. And I love to have that movie on in the background. I stop what I'm doing and watch my favorite parts. And you know that story. I love when he comes down the steps in the bunny suit. And I love when the father says, "You used all the glue on purpose." I just love a lot of little, I don't think I ever sit and watch the whole movie anymore because I know it so well, but I have to stop for my favorite parts. And so that's always playing in the background. And we have hats, like very glittery Santa type hats. We have a red one and a pink one, and the designated Santa will wear that and start giving gifts to people. Let the dog bark, it's okay. Doesn't fail. There hasn't been one noise in this house all morning. Gracie, Gracie, no. 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 Anyway, we start handing out gifts, and then we stop when we have a couple each, and we open gifts. And I like to watch, like I get so upset if I look over and my daughter's got all her things open. I'm like, I missed it. I like to watch her open her gifts. She's 31 years old, but I still like to watch her open her gifts. So I always say, don't open anything unless I'm watching, So that's what we do. We spend a long time opening gifts. We take our time, we open, we look, we share, we talk. And one of the first things that we open is chocolate covered cherries. Everybody gets their own box. We just wrap them in colored tissue paper, write the person's name on it, and stick it under the tree. We put all our presents under the tree Christmas Eve before we go to bed. And so we're like, we got our coffee, we're like, where are the cherries? And that could very much be our breakfast for Christmas morning. I will have some Amish friendship bread out and some cranberry orange bread. And that will pretty much be our breakfast. It's a sweet breakfast. We do not cook and sit down and eat a meal. We're too busy in the living room. And if someone gets hungry, they can go grab one of those quick breads or have another chocolate covered cherry with their coffee. That's Christmas breakfast for us. That's all we need. That's it until it's time, you know, for dinner later on. And that carries us over. And that, in a very big nutshell, is my Christmas morning routine. I just love it, and I look forward to it every single year. Number 2, were you ever part of a Christmas nativity? That's really easy. No. I've never been part of it in a play or anything like that, or a live nativity scene. I've seen plenty of them, but I've never been a part of it. Number 3, have you ever gone Christmas caroling? Yes. I remember doing it as a teen, and I think it was with my youth group in church. I think we went going like to a few houses because I remember being really cold, and I remember hot chocolate afterwards back at the church. But I know we also went to 1 or 2 senior centers, senior homes, and sang like in a group for them to watch us. But I think that might have just been all one Christmas, so I probably just did it that one night. Number 4, have you ever built a snowman? I live in Pennsylvania. Yes. I've built many a snowman. I've torn many of them down. Big ones, little ones, medium ones. I've gone sledding. I have not gone snowboarding. No. I like both feet on the ground at the same time. I've never gone skiing either. And Poconos are right here, you know. What else have I done? I've built forts, and we've attempted igloos, but those are just snow forts, and tunnels and snowball fights. Had plenty of snowball fights. And snow angels. Who doesn't do snow angels if you live in a snowy area? So yes, I've definitely built my share of snowmen. Number 5, your worst Christmas experience. All right, I've only ever had one bad Christmas experience, so that's gonna have to be the worst. I'm gonna say 8. I think I was 8. And my parents were separated. They were going to get a divorce. My father was living like almost an hour away, and he came to visit. And I remember this was the Christmas after Agnes, the flood of '72, because we were living in a trailer that the government gave us. They gave everyone trailers that needed a place to live after the flood. And we were living there. That's where we were living when they were separated. So, and the flood was, I think, like in September or something, August or September. So this was just a few months later. They got separated. He came over for Christmas to give us our gifts. I don't remember what I got. I just remember my brother Todd getting an erector set. Do you remember what they were, with the little bolts and nuts and all the little pieces of metal and stuff? And I remember him sitting there on the sofa with our presents, and we were just like together. And all I remember is being sad because my father was gone, he left us, and then he was here for a visit. It's probably the first time we saw him because he was never one to come and visit on the regular when he left. So that's all I remember. That's what makes it the worst Christmas experience ever. I just remember not being happy then. I'm sure I had a happy Christmas with my mother and my brothers, but that visit, I remember, because it was Christmas, was not pleasant for me. I didn't enjoy it. But I don't remember details. I don't know what he brought me or anything like that, but I have a visual of him sitting there and my brother and the erector set all over like the coffee table or whatever we were surrounded. Hold on, I have a text message. Okay, sorry. So that was my worst Christmas experience. My best Christmas experience is number 6. I don't have one that sticks out better than any of them. They're all good because I love Christmas, because it is, first of all, it's a birthday celebration. It's the birth of Christ. It's nothing more than that. Santa Claus, gifts, cookies, all that has nothing to do with Christmas. It's a birthday celebration. That's first of all. So the older I get, and the more real Christmas becomes for me, because I get closer with Christ in my walk, the better each Christmas gets. So my best Christmas experience is, I guess, the last one I had, because they keep getting better as I get closer with Christ. So that's a good answer to that one. Number 7, do you cook Christmas dinner or do you sit and watch? Girl, Mama's busy. Shh, shh, no. Shh. She's not gonna listen. When that neighbor dog barks, she barks. Do you cook Christmas dinner or do you sit and watch? So, yes, I cook. I've been cooking Christmas dinner every year since I got married and moved out at 18. So, yeah, I cook everything, and it's usually always a turkey dinner. I remember one time in North Carolina, I tried a goose. I cooked a goose because that's supposed to be very traditional. It was horrible. We were like, never again. So no Christmas goose for me. We'll just stick with the turkey. But I cook every year, and I love it. I don't mind it. I love to entertain. I love to host dinners like that. I get a thrill out of that for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, and for Easter. This is where it's at. When you're hungry, you come here on those holidays, as far as family's concerned, unless you do your own thing. Number 8, what color theme is your tree? Well, let's just say I have 2. Right now, we have the hodgepodge tree up this year, and we just have a little 4-foot pre-lit tree that we stuck on top of a little dresser of mine that I had to drag out from my room. And believe it or not, I finally got it decorated last night, on the 17th of December. I finally did it by myself. And I'll tell you what, the star on top of the tree almost went out the window because I couldn't get it to stay on straight. I'd put it on, let go, and the whole thing would go, ee. I was really tempted to just leave it like that, but I'm like, no, I will fix this. It took a long time, but I did it. And anyway, it's just got some balls on it, and I have this box of ornaments. And it's got all the little things that my kids made when they were little. And it has, like, right up to the most recent thing I bought, which was a little snowman that has Luna's name on it this year. And they're just all cute little things. And stuff that we like. There's a little mug, a Christmas mug, that has my name on it. And I just put a bunch of those things on there. Very hodgepodgey. And that's what we use most of the time. The other one I have a tote, a red tote with a green lid. And it's not allowed to be touched because it's my red and gold tote. Rather Christmas theme. And if we're going to use it, we use nothing else. If it's my time to have a red and gold Christmas tree, then that's what we have. And actually this year I was supposed to do that, but I didn't. I just threw the hodgepodge tree together. And everything in it is either red or gold. And I love it. And I keep all of it separate in its own red tote. And it's mine, and I love it. And when I'm in the mood for it, that's what I put up. And it has just white lights. I think maybe that's why I didn't do it, because this tree is pre-lit with colored lights. And it just, to me, it just doesn't go with my whole red and gold thing. So some other time I'll use that. I don't know, but at least it's there, and I love it. It's my favorite. So that is my color theme for my tree this year. All right. Ooh, we have to switch the page. There's only 2 more left. Number 9, name 5 Christmas movies. They're not in any specific order, and I can't say that I have a favorite because I just love a lot of them equally, and it was hard to really break it down. In fact, I have the 5 Christmas movies, but then I thought of 2 more for honorable mentions. It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart. I just love that movie. I have not seen it in years. It's not something that I can sit and watch every year. I would get tired of it. But I'm in the mood for it now. It's been long enough. Number 2 is the Santa Claus movies. I know there's 3 of them and I like them all, but the first one, those are the Tim Allen movies. The first one is my favorite. I could probably watch that every year. I love it. Number 3 is Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin. That is very Christmassy and it's very funny. And I know my mother loves that one too because it's so funny. When he, you know, rigs up the house and then they come, it's ridiculous. And I love that movie. Number 4 is The Christmas Story. You know, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out with Little Ralphie. Love that. Again, I told you earlier, it plays on Christmas Day here because I love it. And it makes Christmas Day just a little more Christmassy for me when it's playing. And number 5 is Christmas with the Cranks. I love Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie. She's ridiculously funny. And I just love her anyway. And that's a very Christmassy movie for me. It gets me in the spirit. It's just really funny. Most of my movies that I like are funny. I love comedies, good comedies, not raunchy ones, and romantic comedies. They're my favorite kind of movies. Now, honorable mention is a movie called 4 Christmases with Reese Witherspoon. That's funny. Vince something or other is in it. Vince or Vaughn or something. Why can't I think of his name? Vince Vaughn? Is that it? I don't know. Reese Witherspoon. That's funny. I like that. And the second one would be Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I've already seen that twice this month. That is so funny. And I can't get enough of it. Whenever I see it on, if I happen to be looking for something Christmassy to put on and I see it, I just put it on. Because, you know, a lot of times you just like something going on in the background while you're doing other things. Not every day, but now with all the Christmas movies on, I like to do that. All right, and number 10, it's not really a question. It says, sing your favorite Christmas song. Now, my favorite Christmas song happens to be called The Christmas Song. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. My favorite version is from Nat King Cole. And when the music starts to play, I can hear it in my head now. I get all goosebumpy and excited thinking, here comes my favorite song. I just love it so much. And when I hear it, I have to blast it if I can, where I'm at. Even though it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Be blessed, everybody. A little of my hodgepodge tree. I cross-stitched that decades ago. Here's something my son made in elementary school. It's just some kind of a cap. Oh, 1990, first grade? Yeah, first grade. Little bell. He's cute. His name is Joey, like his father. There's that mug I mentioned with my name on it. You know, some typical balls. One of my kids made this. It's the world's oldest pine cone. I don't know how old it is, but it's fragile because it kind of falls apart. Here's my daughter, 1994. It's like a little chalkboard. Look at her cute littleness. She's so cute. This is a little rat terrier. One of my favorites. Just reminds me of Gracie Lou, which brings me to this one, the most recent one we got, with Luna's name on it. And below that is the, where is it? Right here. The little guy that I painted and made, turn around, and made him. And this is probably my most favorite one. It's really big. This is Murphy, the bestest dog in the whole wide world. We lost him many years ago. This was taken at PetSmart, I believe. And my son made this I think he had some help with his teacher, 1993. So that would have been 3rd or 4th grade for him. It's a seashell. And I think the last one from my kids is this one. There's a little bow on it. This is edible. It is cinnamon. And every single year, my daughter takes a tiny little bite out of it. Do you see that along the bottom? We dared her to do it when she was a kid, and she did it, and she's done it every year, and she did it last night. So it just keeps getting smaller and smaller. And that's my little hodgepodgey tree with all our cute, silly little things. A little reindeer, clothespins with the little tail. This, my daughter loves moosies, so she bought this. It's just plain, and I painted it for her. It's all glittery, white and copper glitter. And there's that thing that I couldn't get up. Oy. So anyway, that's my hodgepodgey tree. I hope you like it, 'cause we do. So I guess I'll go now.